back for week 4. It is Monday the 20th. We're on full body. I'm gonna turn this a little bit that way. Okay, so we have an 18-minute AMRAP, which stands for as many reps or as many rounds as possible. So I have not talked about that yet this month. This is the first one. So I'm gonna just do the moves first, and then I will explain what that workout structure looks like. So we have chest press, windshield wipers, cleans, and up and overs. Chest press. Windshield wipers. Gotta get really far back for this one. Cleans. And up and overs. Okay, so as many reps, as many rounds as possible means that you are going to set a timer or just watch the clock for 18 minutes, and you're going to continually run through those 4 exercises back to back to back to back to back without rest. So obviously if you end up needing rest, you can take it, but there is no planned rest. A lot of times when people do rounds workouts, they do, the 4 exercises for round 1, then they take a little break. Then they start round 2, then they take a little break, then they start round 3. So with this one, you wanna just keep going as much as you can, because the point is when those 18 minutes are done, you wanna have the most amount of reps as possible done, okay? So again, you can either just set a normal standard timer or watch the clock, and it's gonna be 18 minutes. If you can only make 15, if you can only make 12, obviously that's okay, but the goal is 18. Now, we have our chest press, windshield wipers, cleans, and up and overs. Pay attention, it goes 10 reps, 12 reps, 10 reps, 12 reps. And again, you just keep repeating them. So you just do as much as you can all at once until you end up needing a break. So we have chest press, which I do believe we talked about before, but that's when you're on your back, your arms are out like goalposts, and you're gonna press up and come together over your chest, slow lower down. Press up and over your chest, slow lower down. So this is the one that is basically normally done on a bench at the gym, which would be referred to as a bench press. So if you do have a bench, you can always bring it out to use it for this. If you don't, you're gonna be doing what we just did, which was the floor press. Windshield wipers. So this is a ab exercise. This one is kind of difficult because again, as you noticed when I first showed it, I had to move really far away because I have to fit my feet in the frame. So it's gonna be kind of difficult, but basically what you're doing is you're on your back, your arms are outstretched to the sides. You're gonna start like over here, say. My feet are not on the ground, they're up off the ground. I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna drop down to the other side without my feet touching the ground. Come back up, they're gonna drop to this side without touching the ground. So it's gonna go up, 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4. So I'm gonna get closer just so you can see my body, even though my legs will be, or my toes will be out of the frame. But I want you to see where my legs go when I do this. Okay, so you will notice, so say I'm here and I start on this side. When I come down, so first off, I'm kind of balancing on my bottom butt cheek. This butt cheek is off the ground, in the air, and my legs are actually in front of me. They're not off to the side. If I was totally to the side, I would look like this. They're kind of diagonal in front. I lift up, I drop down diagonal in front. Now this butt cheek's on the ground, this one's not. Up, diagonal front, don't touch the ground. Up, diagonal front, don't touch the ground, okay? So if you are doing these and you find that every time you go over, your feet just go like this and you hit the ground and you can't stop them, what you're gonna do is you're going to shorten your legs. So instead of being out here, they're gonna be bent. and you're just gonna go, you can either try to do it the same way, or the easier way would be side to side. So literally side to side. So you'd bend your legs and you would just drop them to the side, come back up. Drop them to the side, come back up, drop to the side, come back up. So the other one, when our legs are outstretched, it's kind of diagonal forward. If that's too hard, you're gonna basically be in a tabletop position with your legs, and you're just gonna go side, up to side, up, side, up to side, okay? Next is our clean, which we have talked about because we did our power clean and presses. So I'm just gonna quickly go over that one. So this is just the clean alone, which looks like this. So anytime you have to bring the weights up to your shoulders, you're actually doing a clean, okay? So if we were getting ready to do a front squat, front rock squat, you clean it and then you squat. If you're gonna do a clean and press, up to your shoulders, press. If you're gonna just do a shoulder press, you still have to clean it up to your shoulders to then press. So the clean is used a lot, and I think a lot of people just don't know what it is, and they don't really pay attention to it as a move on its own. So once again, for your clean, you are not hammer bicep curling. You are flipping. So your clean is a flip. Down, 1, flip, 2, flip, 3, flip, 4. So if you are confused on that flip, I'm basically shrugging my shoulders up a little bit, and then think about pressing your elbows out, okay? Press, press, press. So kind of kick that elbow out. Kick your elbow out, okay? And then turn, your wrist is gonna flip. Flip, flip. All right, so that's your clean. 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, okay? Try not to do this. Make sure when you come down, you try to stay as still as you can instead of rocking back and forth. And lastly, we have our up and over. So this one, you don't actually need to put a dumbbell here, but it's just for reference, I guess. So you have the dumbbell here, and it's kind of doing similar when we were doing our windshield wipers, except we're sitting upright. So we're sitting like this, and you're gonna have your legs on one side, and you're gonna lift up and over, up and over, up and over. When I come up, I almost crunch my body together, kind of like in a V, and then I like release a little bit back when I come down. So up, crunch, up, crunch, up. My legs are fairly straight. They're not totally straight. They have a little bit of a bend, okay? So sometimes when you do ab exercises like this one, like the windshield wipers that includes your legs, if you have really tight hip flexors, which is way up here, it's kind of where like your thigh connects to your torso, it probably will feel tight, and it might almost feel like a Charlie horse or like a burning sensation. So if you feel that, it's your hip flexors, and you can just pick a different ab exercise. But a lot of that used to happen to me all the time, and I never understood what it was, and that's what it is. So if this one is too difficult, you're gonna do the same thing. So just how we had our legs out for the windshield wipers and then we shortened them into the tabletop if it was too difficult, it's too difficult for you to be outstretched, you're gonna move a little bit closer, and your knees are gonna be bent up and over. But I should say bent more. They're gonna be bent more than they are. You wanna focus on not slamming down. You wanna just kind of tap and go, tap and go. And again, you'll notice my upper body kind of folds forward when I'm crunching. So I'll do it a regular way. I kind of crunch in, release, crunch in, release, crunch in, release. Or if you're closer, I still have a little bit of movement in my upper body. So if you do this and you are curious how many reps you actually get, since we're not doing it as a rounds, you can tally as you go. So what I do, like my son has a little whiteboard, chalkboard down here, so I can use that, but if you didn't, you can just type it into your phone, you could bring a piece of pen and paper, but every time I finish The 4, I make a tally as if I'm counting how many rounds I'm doing. I don't stop and take a break. I just do a tally, keep going, tally, keep going, tally, keep going. So at the end of my 18 minutes, I'm gonna count how many tallies did I get. Maybe I got 10 tallies. Then you take that number, which will basically be your rounds, and you would multiply it by the number of reps, which is the number in front of each exercise. So it would be 10 times 10 chest press, 10 times 12 windshield wipers, 10 times 10 cleans, 10 times 12 up and overs. That's gonna tell you how many total reps of each exercise you got done in 18 minutes, okay? And another thing I like to mention too is if you have 20 seconds left on the timer and you're like, well, I know I can't get through all 4, don't stop, just get through what you can. So you might get through 10 chest press and 10 windshield wipers, and then the timer goes off. So what I do is I have my 10 tallies, and then I make a note, 10 and 10. So I would do 10 times 10 chest press plus 10, 10 times 12 windshield wipers plus 10, and then just 10 times 10 clean, 10 times 12. So the point is as many reps. So just because you're not gonna finish all 4, you don't wanna stop because you're trying to get as many reps as you can. So I think it's very interesting to see how many reps I got done because it's always a very high number for the amount of minutes that you actually have. So it's almost like showing you, if you set that timer for 18 minutes and work your butt off, this is what you're gonna get. So you usually get more done than a rounds workout where you're not really rushing against the clock, you're kind of taking your time, you have those built-in rests. This is a great exercise, the AMRAP structure, when you don't have a lot of time. Like if you are like, all right, I don't have time to do anything, but you wanna do something, even just set a 15-minute timer, like the 15-minute rule, and just plow through what you can, because I guarantee you, you are going to get a fairly high number of reps per exercise, and you're gonna say, wow, I guess it is worth it to do something for 15 minutes than nothing. Would you rather do 100 chest press, 100 windshield wipers, 100 cleans, and 100 up and overs in 18 minutes than say you did nothing? Exactly. So I personally love these kind. I like seeing how much I can get done. I like the competition with myself. Some people don't. If you do not care at all how many you get done, don't tally, just go, and when the timer's up, you're done, okay? So if you have further questions on how to count it or just this workout structure and style, you can message me. But that is Monday the 20th.